Impulse buying isn't a lack of discipline. It's a system designed to beat your brain in under 8 seconds. Want to break it without losing joy? Change the system, not yourself. You felt it this week. The only three left ping at 9:14 p.m. The countdown clock that somehow knows when you're tired. The coupon that expires in 11 minutes. You add a $27 lipstick to save $6 on shipping, then toss in a $14 add-on because free returns exist. And yet the box arrives, the high fades fast, and the next morning your checking account feels lighter, not your life. Here's why you care right now. Those tiny buys aren't tiny. $20 on Tuesday, $39 on Friday. A $7 subscription you forgot from last year, that's $260 a month for a lot of people. That's $3,120 a year. That's one rent payment, a weekend in another city, or the start of an emergency fund that prevents your car problem from becoming a credit card problem. But the reason this keeps happening isn't what you think. Most people think they're bad with money. They think the solution is iron willpower and no fun. Not true. The system is wired against you. Apps place the buy button where your thumb already rests. Your card details autofill. Apple Pay bypasses your brain's pain signal in less than a second. And when a website tells you people in your area just bought this, it isn't a fun fact. It's social proof designed to hijack your instincts. You're not weak. You're playing a game where the casino designed the floor plan. And the real problem starts when those tiny hits crowd out the joy you actually want. Here's the mechanism nobody explains. Your brain loves dopamine, the little squirt of ooh maybe. It's strongest when the reward is uncertain. That's why slot machines are addictive. Modern shopping mimics that on purpose. When Instagram shows you a jacket, it's not really offering a jacket. It's offering a maybe. Maybe you'll look more confident. Maybe you'll be that person. Click. Your brain spikes. Payment with a tap. The pain of paying drops. Click again. The spike repeats when the shipping email arrives, then again when the package hits your door. The moment you open it, the spike crashes. The shirt is just a shirt. But wait, it gets stranger. The return process is hard by design. A hidden label, a deadline, a printer you don't have. That friction doesn't protect your time. It protects their revenue. When this happens, your budget loses oxygen. When the Fed raised rates, your credit card interest climbed from 13 to 22%, which means that $60 impulse can cost you another $12 if you carry a balance for a few months. Cause and effect, a late-night buy becomes a 3-month drain. And here's the twist. You don't need to fight harder. You need to move the fight. Think about Mia. She pays $1,100 in rent. She earns $25 an hour after tax. A $200 sneaker drop? That's 8 hours of her life. The Only Today banner doesn't say 8 hours. It says $40 4 times with Klarna. 4 small hits, no pain. But the calendar bites back. Those 4 payments overlap with 2 other low monthly things. A $9.99 streaming app she forgot, and a $12.99 fitness app she doesn't open. Suddenly, her calendar looks like a picket fence of small auto drafts. This is how buy now, pay later can turn $80 of freedom into $240 of commitment in a month, even if every item felt harmless. Most people blame themselves. Don't. This is math plus design. Here's what nobody tells you. The biggest predictor of impulse buying isn't self-control, it's friction. The number of steps between desire and transaction. Amazon's one click removes steps. Saved cards on your phone removes steps. TikTok shop, letting you buy without leaving the video, removes steps. The fewer the steps, the weaker the pain signal, the stronger the impulse. When X happens, friction drops, Y changes. Pain of paying dims, and you experience Z. You buy things you wouldn't buy if you had to walk across the room for your wallet. Flip that, and you flip the outcome. Increase friction on impulse, decrease friction on joy. But there's a catch. If you only add friction, you can also squeeze out joy. If fun becomes a guilt minefield, you'll rebel and binge later. So we do both. Add friction to random, add flow to planned. Here's the part that changed everything for me. Create a fun stack. An actual sub-account or envelope labeled joy with a weekly auto transfer. $10, $50, whatever fits. This money is pre-approved entertainment. Not if you behave, but because joy is a budget line, not a leak. The moment you get a ping for an impulse, ask one question. Is this random, or is this in the fun stack plan? If it's in the plan, enjoy it fully. If it's random, move it through a simple filter that saves you thousands with almost no willpower. Start with the 24-hour hold. Nothing urgent is urgent, especially on the internet. Add to a list labeled hold, not to your cart. If you still want it tomorrow, you can buy. But wait, it gets better. Pair the hold with the hours for dollars check. You make $25 an hour? A $200 jacket is 8 hours. Will future. You thank present you for trading 8 hours for that jacket when you open your closet in 30 days? You'll know within 10 seconds. The reason this works isn't moral. It's visual. It turns prices into time, which is the only currency you can't print. And this is where things get interesting. Replace random novelty with planned delight. Make a wish list ladder. Level 1 is under $25, Level 2 is under $100, Level 3 is one big thing you're aiming at for 3 months. As money flows into your fun stack, you climb the ladder with guilt-free purchases you actually want. A Saturday. Class with a friend at $45 might deliver more lasting happiness than 4 separate $18 trinkets, because experiences build stories. Trinkets build dust. Now let's redesign the arena. Remove your saved cards from browsers. It takes 7 minutes. That one move increases friction by 2 steps every time you're tempted. Uninstall 2 shopping apps you open after 10 p.m. Put them behind a phone folder you name Are You Sure? Disable one click. Require a password for every purchase. Turn off Buy Now, Pay Later toggles at checkout. These aren't dramatic life changes. They're micro speed bumps, and speed bumps save lives at 20 miles an hour. Wait, what about sales? But it's 50% off. Here's the twist. A thing at half price you never needed is still 100% more than nothing. Track price history before you chase a countdown. If you don't want to do that, set a rule. You only buy during sales for things already on your wish list ladder. That means you turn the game back on them. Their urgency meets your plan. Here's another lever. Build a tap tax. Every time you feel the urge to impulse buy, move $5 to savings before you do anything. If the urge passes, you just paid yourself for resisting. If the urge stays tomorrow, you buy it and still keep the $5. Either way, you win. It's small but small stacks. Do this 4 times a week, that's $80 a month, $960 a year into your emergency fund or flight fund. This is how small beats big. Recognize the trick of free shipping thresholds. If shipping is $6, but the site says spend $12 more to get free shipping, ask the only question that matters. Would I pay $6 to not own more stuff? Often the answer is yes. Pay the shipping. Keep your home and your cash clean. Remember that $27 lipstick with the $14 add-on to save $6? That add-on didn't save you $6. It cost you $8. Call that moment back, because that's where your money hides. Let's talk subscriptions. $7.99 here, $9.99 there. You stop seeing them because they never ask permission again. Run a 15-minute audit. Open your bank app, search trial, monthly, pro, and the little asterisks merchants use. Anything you haven't used in 30 days, cancel. Anything you still kind of use, Ask, would I sign up today at this price? If no, stop. On average, people cut $40 to $70 a month doing this. That's $500 to $840 a year reclaimed from things you aren't enjoying. That's not deprivation. That's oxygen. Now the deeper layer. Algorithms learn your weak spots. They know if you're more likely to buy after a long day or right after someone texts you. They know your colors. They watch which items you linger on. It's not personal, it's statistical. This matters because it shifts the question from, why am I like this, to, how do I break their pattern? Use a delay wallet. Keep a separate card with a lower limit for online purchases only, stored in a drawer, not your phone. If you're willing to stand up, walk, get it, and type it in, fine. If not, the purchase wasn't strong enough to survive a walk. Most impulses die in the hallway. Upgrade, don't add. Want new headphones? Sell or donate the old ones first. If you won't part with the old pair, that's a signal the new one isn't an upgrade. It's a duplicate. One in, one out. It keeps closets honest and wallets healthier. And because your brain loves novelty, feed it intentionally. Design a surprise fund. $20 a month preset for a spontaneous, silly purchase. A pastry from the fancy bakery. A plant. A movie ticket. You protect the thrill without letting the thrill run your life. But here's the twist that most no-spend advice misses. Your joy isn't the enemy. Thoughtless speed is. So make a savoring bank. Before you buy something you plan to love, savor it first. Screenshot it. Text it to a friend with, I'm excited to buy this in 3 days. Let the anticipation build on purpose. Anticipation is half the happiness of a purchase, and it's free. When you finally buy, the joy stretches instead of spikes and crashes. Let's address the comeback. You'll miss out. On what? The internet recycles sales like seasons. The real loss is buying the wrong thing quickly versus the right thing deliberately. But returns are free. Your time isn't. The most expensive line item in your life is attention. Every return steals 20 minutes you could use to cook, call your mom, or sleep. Protect your minutes, and money follows. Try the 2-tab test. Tab 1, the product. Tab 2, your goals, literally a note titled What I'm Building. Down payment, debt freedom, a trip in May. When both tabs are open, your brain sees trade-offs, not just glitter. If the item still wins, buy it and don't apologize. That's joy with agency. Here's where this flips from personal to powerful. You're not just saving money, you're reprogramming your default. Each time you move a purchase from impulse to plan, you train your brain that you choose. Each speed bump is a vote for future you. After 3 weeks, urges feel less electric. After 3 months, your closet holds fewer mistakes. After a year, 2 or 3 big joys sit where 30 small regrets used to. Remember Mia? She set her fund stack to $80 a month. She deleted one app, removed saved cards, and put her buy button behind Face ID and a passcode. She started the 24-hour hold and the hours for dollars check. Her impulse line dropped from 260 to 90 in 6 weeks. That freed $2,040 a year. She used half to pay her highest interest card and half to fund a weekend trip she'd been postponing. Same income, same person, new system. The difference wasn't willpower. It was design. You break impulse buying without losing joy by making joy the plan and impulse the exception. You let algorithms show you shiny things, but you choose your timing. You pay $6 shipping so you don't pay $80 for clutter. You turn $2 urges into $5 wins. You preload delight instead of chasing it at midnight. And because you now see the board, the tricks feel obvious. The scarcity pings look like billboards. The free returns feel like sand traps. You're in on the secret. So here's your starter kit. Condensed. Create a fun stack and auto transfer every week. Install the 24-hour hold and the hours for dollars check. Remove saved cards and one click from your devices. Make a delay wallet. Audit subscriptions with the Would I Sign Up Today? Rule. Use the wish list ladder for sales. Practice one in, one out. And give yourself a small surprise fund to keep wonder alive. Do 2 of these tonight. The rest can follow this week. It's not about perfection. It's about tilting the table back to level. Money is choices spread over time. Impulse buying steals those choices in tiny, polite bites. Joyful spending feeds them. You don't need to buy less happiness. You need to buy fewer promises and more experiences you actually feel. When the next ping says only 3 left, smile. There will always be 3 left somewhere. You have something rarer, a system that protects your joy and your future at the same time. That's the moment impulse loses its edge and you get your life back purchase by purchase.